Well, hey, I wrote a note. Aaron and Chris from Decibel Geek, they mentioned that they wanted me to say hello and shout out to you.
Awesome.
They had some very kind things to say. I got to be straight with you a little bit. When I saw you on the metal show, that was kind of the first time that I saw your side of the things, and I wasn't quite buying it. But when I heard the Decibel Geek thing, there was you really came clean on a lot of stuff, and I think that does you a great service. Just very genuine. I really enjoyed your interview with them, and it really was a big part of when I saw that you were playing here tonight. It's about an hour and a half drive.
The thing was I was always honest about everything.
Yeah.
And metal show, I didn't tell anything that wasn't true.
Oh, actually, no. Now when I go back and because I've seen it since.
Right.
I have a little.
I know a lot of it sounded like there's no way people would do that.
Well, there's more time for detail. In the Decibel Geek one, the metal show, everything
I'm sorry.
is very segmented and short. So I think that kind of aided it, And I'd only really heard their side of the stuff, and I'm not one to take sides. I really don't care.
Well, you can. Whatever. Either you like hearing me and my band, or you like hearing them and their band, or you like hearing both. Whatever.
Well, I want to talk a little bit more about what you got going now.
Yeah, me too. I don't want to go back all over again.
Well, it's definitely covered.
Yeah.
So that was more for me to you. I appreciated how candid you were.
Thank you. I try to be.
Well, you talked about the new song "Hard Habit" and that your plans as far as not releasing a traditional album. It's really cool that you got something out there. At least it gives the people that are fans of your voice, something to get at. Beyond that, these acoustic shows. One thing I noticed watching it, this is clearly something you guys have put together pretty solidly. It's a much different animal than. Well, no, don't get me wrong. You're winging it and having fun, but
the music. That's the idea.
The music is no joke when you guys are playing, and it's clearly a different animal than the electric stuff.
Sure.
How do you find time to do that? It's like. Have you guys? Did it something that kind of grew organically, or?
No, we just had an offer to do a show, and we're like, okay. So we put a list of songs together that we, figured we could do with one guitar and a voice.
Yeah.
And
well, some of the arrangements were quite a bit different.
Yeah, we had to because you can't really be doing these blazing, 30-second solos.
Cool. He didn't think it'd be done like Rock Me. He's going, we can't do it. And I go, I got an arrangement for it. Listen to it, see what you do.
Yeah,
I
screwed it up tonight.
But that was very cool.
Rock Me I like Rock Me a lot. I like Knees a lot.
Well, I like it a lot because you tuned it way down, so I'm singing it really like
it's more vibey,
spooky, But then I can go up here when I want to too, back to the normal range. It gives me freedom.
Face of Days kind of got that kind of thing, real dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so did Knees. Knees has got that real dark.
Yeah, there's a lot of mood to.
I really liked On Your Knees. I was surprised that you dug that far back.
It's we didn't, not like we sat and rehearsed because we really didn't.
Not at all.
We maybe I went to your house or something one time, and we just kind of glazed over the tunes.
Really go through them all. We just did it live.
Every time before we do one of these, because we don't do them that often, we like tonight we were sitting in the hotel room going, okay, don't forget that. Oh yeah, that's right. Fuck, So and which is really cool. I love the spontaneity, and I love the fact that it's not honed to perfection. So
right. No, it is a very loose and comfortable feel.
That,
you're very patient with, I guess maybe from my view, I thought it was patient, but you're engaging the people that are there. You listen to what they say and you interact.
That's fun. That's that's one of the aspects of it that it really turns me on. It's I don't know. It's a whole different thing. It's kind of like. Having sex, This is like jerking off, or a concert is like a orgy.
Not enough people got your masturbation joke, by the way. I thought it was great.
No, thanks. Some people do, some people don't. Too bad for them.
Yeah, no, I thought it was great as well.
Thank you.
And then as far as tonight's show, I got to tell you, you haven't lost a thing, man. Your voice sounded incredible.
Thank you.
As good as it ever has. I've seen you a few times over the last 20 years, and whatever. This is one of the best shows I've seen. So,
thank you.
I could actually see and hear you. It's not in an arena, so it helps a little bit. But yeah.
Hey.
I wanted to mention that I noticed Tony Montana. He's been back in the band for a while, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And how is everything with the band?
Everything's great. I mean, we're.
You kind of talked about that. You don't have 30 years of baggage to deal with every day.
No, we don't, and
Just
which is
4.
really nice. Yeah, just 4. But I mean, we don't really argue. We don't really have too many different, no serious differences of point of view. Everybody kind of knows what I want from the band, and either they can do what I want and be into how I want to do it, or this is not the band for them. I mean, it's been great because the new stuff we've been doing, everybody's loving it, and it's not like, well, I don't really like playing this kind of stuff, but we'll do it.
Yeah.
And everybody's coming up with ideas. Everybody's writing. I mean, I'm getting songs from the drummer, and I'm like, what the hell? That's a fucking first. I mean, they're all musicians, so it really is.
Except for the bass player.
No, right, yeah. No, he writes as well, which
Nice.
it's going to be really cool. I mean, it's a lot of fun having that many people with ideas and song ideas. It makes it eclectic, but not so. I mean, it's not like every song sounds like, whoa, where did that come from? A different record, It's all very cohesive. We've got a lot of songs written, and we've got a number of them recorded and ready to go.
Nice.
We're just going to keep putting them out. The next one, I believe we're going to do a real video for instead of a lyric video.
Sure.
And I mean, it's a new age. It's not 1989. You know what I mean? You put a record out, and
It doesn't. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
You
It's
don't
almost
sell any. I mean,
it almost kills you to see like how you don't have
yeah,
a
it's like
chance.
having a baby, you know what I mean? And you give it to somebody and it ends up in a gang, you know what I mean? Oh, no, man, I want you hanging out with the good kids at the top of the charts, So I figure, this way, it's just a different way of doing things, and we thought, why not? Let's do something different, let's not be like everybody else and not try to hold on to how things used to be, because they're not how they used to be.
Right.
And they never will be again.
That's very true.
Which is sad. It's sad for the musician.
You never, yeah.
That's why you got like
I'm with
Def
you. I think
Leppard,
it's sad.
charging $450 for a ticket.
Or to
And that's just a mid-range ticket. That's not
the
even-
grossest example I saw was Kiss was about 1,000, and you got a picture of the band. Not you couldn't get a picture taken with them. They gave you one that they had pro shot. Like, I don't know if they're worried with all the makeup on, they're still gonna look really old. But
wow.
beyond that, that's not where you're here. You're pretty spry for your age, young man.
Thank
you
you.
must enjoy doing this because you still stay really busy. I was looking at your tour schedule and
Oh, that's just started. We haven't even begun.
yeah. Well, your Sarge was giving me a little taste of like
Right.
what's coming up.
Yeah, I mean, I'd play 3 shows a week if we could. I mean, every weekend I play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We may be doing a bus tour, for a month or so with Quiet Riot. And,
I was actually going to ask, can
yeah.
you confirm that? Can I get the exclusive scoop?
Well, I'm not going to say it's confirmed until I hear it's confirmed.
I had to try.
Once we have, when they
Yeah.
say, here's the first show.
Yeah.
Here, then I can say yeah. But right now,
It's not confirmed is the thing. They're just working on it right now.
yeah, they're working on it right now.
No, that's fair. I just threw it
Yeah.
out there. It's,
So hopefully
I'm
it'll
trying to do a
happen.
job.
Hopefully it'll happen. No, I appreciate that, and I wish I could tell you more, but
That's
I don't
fine.
know.
Yeah, that's-
I would love to say, yeah, it's confirmed. We got fucking 40 shows or 30 shows or 20 shows or whatever. Either regardless, we're gonna be playing. You know what I mean?
Do you still find time to fish?
What's a fish? Actually, my boat's been down for the last year, which was the best fishing year in like 50 years.
They fish around here this kind of weather.
Yeah.
They walk
That's
out and
nuts.
drill a hole.
Yeah. But,
Hey, I've done it, and you're right. It's do something else.
But I was just so busy that I wasn't able to get my boat running again. I finally got the fuel pumps taken off, and that's the problem. The fuel pumps need to be rebuilt. But I mean, I've been so busy, I haven't had time to go down and drop them off. You know what I mean? With my wife, hospital. I mean, the doctor visits and things like that. It's just it's difficult right now. And plus, you've been writing so much. I mean,
Sure.
I spend, a lot of time working on songs, and that's what we'll be doing tomorrow on a day off on the drive. We'll be in the back of the, whatever it is, a van or whatever, working on, new songs, so. Which I love. I love to write.
Yeah, that's good. It's good to keep the creative juice, at least from a health perspective.
Absolutely, sure.
Have you guys thought about filming one of these shows, like maybe
acoustic show?
a
Yeah,
DVD
I would love
just
to
throw
do
it on
that.
YouTube or something?
Yeah,
I think
love
it'd go
to do
over
that.
great. I'd buy a copy.
I would
once
love to
anyway.
do that. Sure, I would love to do that, but it would have to be somewhere close to home because I have a friend of mine who owns a bunch of high def cameras that would do it for absolutely nothing. So that would be really cost effective, But we'll find a way sometime, you know what I mean, and plan it in advance. But
Well, I got to see it in person, and
yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's a whole different animal, and people don't really understand unless they see the show.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that totally.
I mean, there's not many guitarists that I know of that can play acoustically as well as Robbie does. I mean, it's not like playing electric guitar.
It's
right?
not,
It's
no.
a whole different thing. And people that don't play guitar don't get that. They just go, oh, well, it's just, 6 strings. No, totally different.
Well, yeah, I mean, the action's different, and then you in this kind of setting, you have to cover more because you don't have the drums and the bass.
Yeah,
and,
right. And you can't really, do your full solos because it's going to be really empty and it'll be all.
I was pretty impressed
He
though,
does
with the
some
way you
stuff,
threw
yeah.
it into Jesus Christ, your biggest hit.
Once bitten, twice shy. Yeah, yeah.
Everything kind of dropped out, but I was like, he's nailing that solo.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna play that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good place to pick it, I guess.
And he noodles around different solos like that. But I told him, I go, look, we just need to keep that rhythm pumping because
Gotta make it sound
there's
good.
nothing else.
Well,
Yeah.
Rock Me, I mix them up. I can play the rhythm and the
Sure.
solo.
Yeah, that was was it that one? There was 2 songs that you did something where you kind of combined the climbing part, but also kept the rhythm. And I don't know. I was wondering how you did it. But I don't need a guitar lesson. Well, I mean, I do, but the only prepared question I had regarding the past, Jack, was not so much about. I'm not very nostalgic. I'm not one of. I'm a fan, right?
Right.
I saw you with the old band. Much like I'm a big Kiss fan. I'm not real big on what they're doing now, but I don't need the reunion.
Right.
I'm talking. My question is more as a friend because you knew these guys for a long time, especially Mark. Has there been any softening in the relationship?
No, I mean,
There's no dialogue at all?
I had my manager get a hold of him personally, a while back to give him some information that would have been financially really good for him.
Mm-hmm.
But he wouldn't take my call, so I figured, well, he'll have to try to find out himself what it is,
Well, again, I wasn't looking so much
it's
for dirt,
unfortunate,
but
it's unfortunate because I don't, even after all that happened, what I mean, and
To not take a phone call. It's pretty weak.
yeah,
That's
to not
pretty
take a
weak.
phone call. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's
like,
like
what?
that's kind of where I'm coming
thing
from.
is
Is
what
you
am I
had
doing,
to have a
what am
close
I doing
relationship.
right now to make them mad at me? I'm not doing
Well,
anything. I'm just
you're
playing.
using a name they don't want you to use, but
Well, we agreed in court,
yeah,
so
well,
hey,
I think they knew they didn't have much of a choice. That's my guess. I'm not.
Well,
I know
mean,
less than
had
anybody
it,
in this room.
I'm not going to guess, how it would have went if it would have went all the way, but I have my ideas.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So
you have
I'm
a
just
legitimate
glad
right,
that
yeah.
we're both able to make a living. I mean,
well, that's just it. Now you got 2 bands out there. It's just more music. Nothing wrong with that.
no, and everybody's able to play and do their thing and play the songs that we wrote together, and we're writing new stuff, and we're going to keep writing new stuff, and what I'm excited about, like I said, is the aspect of this band that everybody's really hungry. You know what I mean? It's not like, okay, we got to write new songs because, we got to, It's like, yeah, let's fucking write some really kick-ass shit,
Cool.
It reminds me of a long time ago. So.
And, music should be fun, right?
Oh, yeah. that if when it stops being fun, I'll find something else to do. You know, rob banks or something. You know?
Well, you were clearly fun tonight. I thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.